drive them, they end up on the lift. I don't know what happened. Started getting smoke back here, a lot of oil, and turns out, see if I can get you guys in there, I broke a push rod tube, snapped clean off. Never had that happen before, ever, in any Volkswagen I've ever owned. Kind of trippy, but give me a chance to open that up, take a look at those CB044s, scat lifters, you know. So we'll get her fixed up, get her back on the road. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. We are back out in my shop today, and Chebella is finally getting the rest of the safety equipment she needs so I can stop getting kicked out of the track. Besides me needing my NHRA license because of how fast the car's going, she needed a parachute. I believe the rules state that if you trap over 135 miles an hour, you must have a parachute. If you go over 150, you must use it. So we got us a universal parachute kit today, and old Chebella is gonna get dialed in and get a removable parachute. We're gonna tether her to the car via the cage here, and the parachute bar that holds the chute is probably gonna come off the trailer hitch. I need it to be removable because I don't want to be able to drive around with it. Plus I use my hitch for drag and drive stuff, and I still need to be able to open my tailgate in order to fuel the car up. So we're gonna make it removable. Got my boy Milt out here this week, and he's hanging out, and Brianna's in the shop. We're waiting for Brandon to get over here, Mr. TIG welder extraordinaire. I'm gonna post a little picture in here of him. Check this out. So he said that was me versus him. So he was over here yesterday, got the rear seat bracket finished up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll throw a little video in here. Okay. But my Kirkies are now tight as can be. They're all in, everything's TIG welded. All right, and right on the other side of those holes is my roll cage. So we're gonna take a bar like this, attach it to the cage, take a crossbar that comes off, leaving enough room to get my fuel pump out still, and at the right height, it'll hide behind the rear bumper. We'll put a hole in the rear bumper for the parachute tether. I was gonna tether it to my trailer hitch, but the trailer hitch is a little bit low, and that made me a little nervous, so at least this way we're getting it almost a foot, the tether point almost a foot higher, and the tether point is pulling off the roll cage, not off just these bolts in my trailer hitch. So that's what we're doing. Brandon's finally here, and we're gonna knock this thing out. We were looking at this and looking at how to notch this, Brandon came up with an idea. We went ahead and flattened it out here, so inside the car, the tube's gonna notch right up to it like that, and then we'll be able to weld the bottom of it to the plate. That'll make it 100 times stronger, because you're never gonna be able to get the TIG wand underneath right here once it's there. So this will weld to the plate, and it'll be strong as can be. Okay, so got the bars tacked in. As you guys can see how they're sticking out of the car. Brandon's gonna notch the tube to go across. Should put us right in the right height range and leave us far enough away from my fuel pump to where I can still change the pump if I need to. Might be a little crowded to change the pump, but what I did last time I had the pump out is these bolts. I used riv nuts. So this thing just threads right in and bolts right to the car. So he's gonna get that notched, and we're gonna get it all tacked in. We'll slip the bumper back on, make sure it still clears. At that point, we should be good to go. We'll check it for height. We'll put a level on it, make sure it's straight. And then we'll also attach the tab, cut the hole in the back bumper bigger, and then the tab will stick through the back of the back bumper, and that's where we'll tether the parachute from. so this is what it's gonna look like behind the back bumper. And then our tab, where'd our tab go? So our tab will weld on here for our parachute tether, and that should stick out of the back bumper. Brandon's back at it, starting to get all this stuff TIG welded in. Just absolutely freaking killing it. Stoked. It's coming out bitching. So can't wait to get that parachute in. All right, guys. Well, Brandon did his magic on this bar, and man, he is a bad man on that TIG. We got everything TIGged in down here. So that bar is now TIGged to my roll cage bars, and the parachute clevis is gonna go right here. So that way when the chute comes out, it's gonna pull on this bar, which pulls on my roll cage, versus pulling on the trailer hitch, which will put it down too low. So we're just about finished up. We've got a few more things to do. He's gonna come back tomorrow. We'll get this thing wrapped up, get the parachute. Okay, guys, we're back in the shop again today. Back at it with Chebella. We've decided to do a couple of different things. I was going to put the parachute mount off of the trailer hitch, which is down here, and have it come up. We went ahead and ran a piece of pipe here, and we're gonna cut it right here. We're gonna pay, I can't even talk. We're basically gonna make this thing removable, so I can completely take it off the car, and I won't have to have the parachute on the car when I'm driving around. So Brandon's over there fabbing away, and we'll show you this when it's done. Also, picked up some new goodies. I know I said in the last video, I might have a new front end coming for this car, but here's what it looks like before, guys. I'll just give you the before of how far the slicks stick out. And we picked ourselves Exo Speed front end and an Exo Speed front bumper. We're gonna go ahead and throw that on now and show you guys what it looks like out. Well, with the first fender on, as you guys can see, I've got tons of room for activities in here. This car definitely needs to get lowered in the front for sure. Stock fender was almost touching the tire. Got that Exo Speed 3-piece front end on. Now this fender over here is primered. I've got two choices here. I can either take it over to my fiberglass guy, have him sand it and re-gel coat it, or I'm gonna sand it down smooth, and I'm gonna take both fenders in the front bumper and I'm gonna go get them wrapped white. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just get them wrapped white to match the car for now until I can get the whole car wrapped. But man, I'm freaking stoked on how this is coming out. So much nicer than the big front end that I had. So there's that bumper that I had, or that I got. The bumper that I had was a Jerry built style bumper. It's that big one. Definitely a lot bigger and wider. I love this. The tires are tucked in the fenders. So fired up, dude. It's so friggin' awesome. You guys, I had to run out today to go pick this front end up, and I left Brandon here in the shop, and he has just freaking killed it with the fabrication on this parachute mount. Gave him a couple rough ideas. We looked at a few photos, and dude, it's going to be totally removable. Totally stoked. Brandon's becoming a fabricator after all, huh? He doesn't talk much. He just TIGs. He lets his work speak for itself. But yeah, man, he's absolutely killing it, knocking all this stuff out. We got the front end on. We'll have the parachute done. All I need now is an NHRA license. So hopefully, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it before Speed Fest, but I guess the qualifying passes during Speed Fest, I can take my licensing passes, and I do have some certified drivers that'll sign on my application. So I think we'll get them done during Speed Fest, and then I'll be official. So we're going to get back to it. I'll bring you guys along and show you when it's done. All right, so we got what I'm calling the plug made. So this is going to plug in over there and pin in. And then there's my tether spot for the chute. Chute's going to mount here. And that's going to work out just right. And look at that, boys. Brandon's just knocking it dead with a TIG welder. By the way, that's a Harbor Freight TIG welder. That's the Vulcan Pro TIG 205. All right, guys, we got it all wrapped up. Brandon jumped in there and finished TIG welding it. So the only thing I need to do now is tomorrow, when this is all nice and cool, is I'm gonna drill a hole right through here so I can put my pin through there. And then it pins this, what I'm calling the plug, which is the chute mount and the tether location, right to this bar, which is TIG. You guys saw this earlier. It's welded to the cage. And we have taken this Summit Racing Universal Parachute Kit and fabbed it up to my Honda. Came out friggin' sick. I'm stoked, dude. Brandon's a badass. He doesn't talk much on camera though, so he'll come around. So here's what she looks like with the bumper on. As you guys can see, it'll pin in from the back. Parachute's gonna mount up here, and the tether is right here. I'm still waiting for the parachute. The parachute itself, the cord, and the handle to come in. We'll finish that up this week, but once this is unpinned, this will come right out. Then it's out of the way of my trailer hitch when I'm doing drag and drive stuff. We did put a little notch in there, so it'll slip right in there. Pin in, and we will be good to go. Definitely made a lot of changes to this car since the last time I raced. Like I showed you guys before, we have the FCS rear suspension. We now have a 3-piece front end on the car. Now I can really lower this thing. It's definitely gonna come down a lot. And that should help with my 60 foots for sure. Getting some more of that more weight transferred over the front. And wow, just so much in so short a time, man. I should have been working on this months ago, but you know, climate season always gets in the way. And hey, I did want to mention, you know, I know you guys, it's obvious by the view count, if you guys don't care for my Honda stuff, or my drag racing stuff, or my Volkswagen stuff, it is what it is, guys. It's all good. I'm just going to keep videoing what I'm doing, keep pushing forward. Hopefully I'll pick up more subscribers that do like the Honda stuff as well, and like the Dune stuff too. You know, we will get back to Dune content when the season starts. You guys know the season is over, but my car is at powder. It is almost finished. I'll have it here in the next week or two, and we'll start putting my car together, and I'll document that as well. But we're ready for Speedfest, guys. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we will see you guys at PFI Speedfest.